Blacksburg Town Council meeting tonight talking about plans to redevelop the old middle school property. Thanks for joining us first at 10. I'm Bill Wadell. Tonight, hundreds of people are left without power, and the snow that melted today could refreeze tonight, making conditions dangerous yet again. We want to get right to Chief Meteorologist John Kirtley in the Pinpoint Weather Center. John, we had a tornado warning a short time ago in Giles County, and again, now we have concerns of a possible dam failure that could happen in Lynchburg. This will be the longest indoor range on the East Coast at 101 yards. That's longer than a football field. I had the chance to talk one-on-one with the lieutenant governor right before that big rally in Richmond. You're making some history tonight. We're sure hoping so. Eric, thank you. Now we want to check in with WFXR Sports Director Jermaine Farrell. He's at the game in Washington. Vendors use these cable ties made with metal to try and keep the gun secured. Other vendors, well, they use plastic zip ties. But what we saw really took our breath away today. Homes blown apart in Elon, right along Route 130. Developing news tonight out of far southwest Virginia. A pilot brings his plane down right on Interstate 81 after the pilot runs out of fuel. We want to start with WFXR's Brooke Williams live in Roanoke. Brooke, you were able to track down that local doctor. What is he saying about these photos? State police saying 300 crashes, but luckily not a whole lot of serious injuries. Check out this picture of a Cardinal from Jen Johnson. She sent that to us on Twitter earlier today. We got to say, for a Thursday, it was another beautiful day here in southwest and central Virginia. Sure, there's clouds, but still.
But it was so warm.
Windows down kind of day, rolling into work. And I'm Bill Wadell. Our team obtaining dash cam video and emotional scanner calls from that tragic night. It's an update you'll only see here on WFXR News. It's our first look at dash cam video from that fateful night in 2017. Lambert eventually pled guilty to a lesser felony charge and one misdemeanor charge. He's due back in court April 29th, where he'll be sentenced. John, thank you. New at 10, crews are gearing up for one of the busiest weekends in the Roanoke Valley, the St. Patrick's Day Parade and Block Party. Roads are being closed off for the big parade, and of course, workers at bars and restaurants are gearing up for the large crowds expected. WFXR's Eric Pointer catching up with the manager of a brewery downtown. Eric, they're doing quite a bit, and they're expecting a lot of people this weekend. Absolutely, Eric. We want everybody to be safe, and it sounds like out there some people are already having some fun tonight. Thanks, Eric. Now we've got a look at the map of the roads that will be closed this weekend for the celebrations. Downtown Roanoke teaming up with Waze so people can get updates in real time on their app. Yeah. Hey, the daffodils, they're popping in my neck of the woods.
I think I might have a picture or two of those coming up somewhere later in the show. Not really sure.
Yeah, it was a nail biter. At points, we want to get straight out to WFXR's David DeGuzman in Charlotte. Now to Blacksburg, the wait is over. Today is match day for medical students all across the country. It's when they find out where they will be doing the residency. Now to our Commonwealth Capital connection. Thousands of Virginians struggling with addiction will now have better access to life-saving opioid addiction treatment.
Hey, what were the second flowers?
Yeah, those purple ones. What were they?
Purples. They were
the purple flowers.
Those pretty things.
The pretty purple ones is what I was calling them. If you know what they are, please call us.
Yeah, let us know.
Clearly we need help in that department.
Yeah, because I am not quite
And we won't even go down with the dogwood trees, because that's always identifying the trees, the blossoms.
I tried that, yeah. I got in trouble with that.
Please let us know about the blossoms in the Roanoke Valley on Facebook.
Yeah, and send us other pictures.
We genuinely need your help. All right, thank you, John. And learning more about the way school leaders reacted to this fight between a student and an employee. Now, we filed a Freedom of Information Act request with Roanoke City Public Schools, and this is what we got. Nearly 80 pages of emails and text messages outlining what board members and district leaders had to say when they first learned about this brawl.
Fist flying, students shouting. This video of a fight in William Fleming High School's cafeteria on September 19th has been seen tens of thousands of times online. The district tight-lipped about their investigation. WFXR News obtaining a stack of emails and text messages. One text between board members at 6:55 that night says, quote, "A Fleming student punched a coach, and the coach, unfortunately, punched the student back. Media knows." An email from board chairman Annette Lewis that night at 9:31 with a link to our story says, quote, "This unfortunate incident was videotaped. School administration is investigating and will take appropriate action." It goes on to say, quote, "I have another piece of information to share with you. Call me tonight or tomorrow." School board member Dick Willis responding to the email saying, quote, "If only mindfulness practice could really develop that ability to take a breath before reacting, we'd be in good shape. Several students and parents tell us that coach is Clint Barlow. We asked, and school officials tell us Barlow is still employed by the district. He retired in 2006, but still works part-time. The district also says the incident will be reported in the discipline report that goes to the Virginia Department of Education at the end of each school year. Barlow's teacher's license is listed as active through 2028. We asked if his license is now being reviewed. VDOE says they cannot tell us if a license or case is being investigated, only the outcome.
I spoke with Clint Barlow over the phone this evening. He did not want to answer any more questions, only saying he's okay after this ordeal. Several parents telling me off camera they support Barlow, saying he was defending himself. Some other parents are upset that the district chose not to notify parents. We have much more on this case and the video on virginiafirst.com. Most work partners had their separate ways at the end of the day. That's not the case if you are a canine officer. We meet the newest pups on the force and the senior canine in Danville in tonight's Behind the Badge.
With a nose that never stops, Rooster is on the trail.
He does what dogs are meant to do. You know, what that breed of dog was born to do. They trail and they track things.
Officer J.D. Frost spent weeks training with the Bloodhound. Now they're partners, and Rooster can really move.
He's fast. He's really fast.
Once he's on the scent, in this case, gloves dropped in a park, Rooster doesn't stop. When he's closing in, the Bloodhound hits a full-out sprint.
Good boy! He has a very high drive, very food-driven, which is his reward for when he's trailing.
All right! This hound isn't the only new pup on the beat. Meet Tina, Danville's newest narcotics canine.
She actually has a passport and everything.
Officer Matt Phillips is paired up with the highly trained German Shepherd. Tina came from Poland.
We use the Belgian term zook for her to search, so she kind of differentiates between doing a narcotic search and doing a tracking search.
Tina's specialty, sniffing out drugs, and this canine is just getting started.
She has had some finds. There have been some cases made. Nothing huge yet. We're still waiting for that one big pop, and she can do it, and I have all the faith in the world in her.
Tina and Rooster will have some big paw prints to fill.
He's a little territorial. This has been his turf for a long time.
Shark is the senior canine on the force, serving in Danville more than 7 years.
It's a really strong, unique bond that lasts forever.
Shark has helped with plenty of cases, but Officer Chase Shively says one of Shark's biggest calls wasn't a search for a criminal, but someone in trouble.
About 3 years ago, we tracked a missing autistic 17-year-old who wandered off from a home, and we tracked him about 3 miles out into the county. It was really good that we tracked him that far and found him because his life was in obvious danger.
These canine officers have an incredible sense of smell, but they can only serve for so long. At 10 years old, Shark is starting to slow down.
I mean, he's been in service with us since 2009, so he's approaching he'll probably retire in November. It's going to be hard on him and be hard on me. I see him more than anybody else. He comes to work with me every day. He goes home with me every day, so we're always together, and it'll be really different not having him there behind me.
Until that day comes, Shark will still help the force, protect and serve the city of Danville, and maybe teach the pups a few new tricks.
They're all cute with that Bloodhound.
Yes.
Those ears.
Yeah, those are 3 great dogs. And the officers tell us, don't worry about Shark. He's going to have a good retirement coming up.